Yeah, good day, everyone. Mazes okay once more here speaking to us this afternoon. Today is the 2nd of March 2020. Welcome to this brief live broadcast. It's unscheduled, and you know, I just want to make it brief. Is a follow up of what I my video last night, which is on Emeka Ihedioha. So I'm going to wait and see how many of you can join me. If you can join me live, let me know that you can join me. If you can hear me, give me some thumbs up. Then I can understand that you are watching me live and direct. So let me see. Let's gather more people so that I can kickstart this brief broadcast. This is the 2nd of March 2020. Can you please give me some likes if you are? I said, can you give me likes? And someone gave me a thumb down. Okay. So the person who's giving me a thumbs down, if you do not like to listen to the topic, is not a must. You can honestly click away, go to another channel, or and basically this block the channel, and the channel wouldn't pop up on your page. Okay, unsubscribe. But you are only one person, the first person to give me a thumbs down in a video that is less than 2 minutes. If that is the case, then I would want the many of you that are watching me to please give me a thumbs up now in order to make up for the one who's giving me a thumbs down. So, as I said yesterday, Mazindewo Emmanuel Godin, as I said yesterday, what we have to know, um, I will see how possible it is your comments, on the screen. Across Nigeria, Ox. Okay. So I will just give 1 minute a shout out. Hello, Maz. Good afternoon. That's Obiageri Owakwe. And I have across Nigeria Emmanuel Godwin Franco Keke. Yeah. Greetings from Connecticut. I think it's too early now in your place. I hope I'm not going to make you to go to attend to be very late at work this morning. So, people giving me thumbs up, all you need to do is to like the video. Just like the video. You know, you see where it says like or dislike, just like the video. That's fine. So, what I'm going to talk to us this afternoon is it's 15:38 now. That's Nigerian time. What I'm going to Oh, sorry, I think I have something on here. So, what I'm going to talk to us now is regarding Emeka Ihedioha. And as we all were expecting the Supreme Court to actually deliver the judgment, suddenly and sadly, the Supreme Court has again defaulted in delivering that judgment. The question that we would want to ask is what could be the issue? Is the Supreme Court judges not agreeing on the way they want to deal with this issue? What could be the issue why the Supreme Court is not able to deliver this judgment? Yeah. Watching from Cape Town, South Africa. Okay, one. Thank you very much for watching from Cape Town. Sorry. So the question is, what could be the reason why Supreme Court is not, or watching from Leeds, Owakwe, Obiageri, Udo Dregi. I know there will be a rerun. Now, let me get to the meat of the matter properly. There seems to be no end to this controversy that we all know, which the controversy is. The controversy is how to get the right thing to be done in Imo State. This controversy has been generated since the 14th of January. That was when the Supreme Court delivered their judgment. So it's over a month now. In 12 days, it's going to be 2 months that Emeka Ihedioha was removed from office. And this is as a result of, if the information I am getting, if the information I'm getting is right, then there is, if the information I'm getting today is right regarding the Supreme Court review, um, I got this information from, people close to the APC ranks, and that is, well, the APC hierarchy. What they said is that it's likely, um, they're trying to twist the Supreme Court to order a rerun in that controversial 338 polling units where the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC had maintained that election did not take place. Now, and these 388 units were the places they said Emeka Ihedioha won. It's very simple. So many of you do that might be happy that if it comes to a rerun that is going to favor Mecca Ihedioha, I don't think so, because this is the stronghold, and this is where this guy, we believe that he wrote these results. Therefore, if you conduct elections only on these 388 polling units, not the whole election, then I think it might be an indirect way of illegally using INEC to legitimize an illegality. Does that make sense? I think it's going to be using INEC to legitimize an illegality. Watching from Venice. Oh, Venice, the city of love, that is in Italy. Watching from Bern, Schweiz. So, Swiss, yeah, we call it Schweiz in German. Ifikas. Na Ifi, wie geht's dir? Ich hoffe, alles gut bei dir. And I have WhatsApp Mwade Mazindero. We need that rerun election. Not really. You see, we need to understand what rerun means. If it's rerun of the whole election, with the level of mobilization that has happened in Imo State, yes, I would agree. But I would be very, 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 very apprehensive if the rerun only happens in only in the 388 local polling units, because those polling units apparently are where the, because now bear in mind the Hope Uzodinma controls the state apparatus, the coercive powers of the state, the power to embolden and give thugs the ability to go and snatch ballot boxes is now in his hands. So if that is going to happen on that one, I do not think is going to be that favorable. However, recall, if you guys recall, that INEC had tendered from EC 40G before the governorship election petition tribunal, the courts of appeal, and even at the Supreme Court, showing that there was no election in those polling units. The question will now be, if you allow elections only in those polling units uh, to happen, what it will mean, and here listen very carefully. My analogy and my analysis will be, what it will mean is, if those elections, if those result sheets, if those results collated were not correct, were manipulated. So it will mean, rather than punish someone for committing fraud, you are going to cover that fraud with sand by conducting an election, thereby legitimizing an illegality. What I think should happen is either you cancel the whole election, or you bring back Emeki Ihedioha and stick with the people given the constitutional powers to conduct, to ratify, and to certify elections in the country. That is the only way you can restore hope. That is the only way you can restore confidence in the system. If not, everyone will be um, kind of not be bothered. Watching from Belgium, Emeka Madubum Mazi, thanks for the importance of the kind regards from Zurich. Ja, schönen guten Abend. Ich hoffe, bei euch ist alles in Ordnung. It appears I have more diaspora German fans than those staying with me here. If if that is the case, Mazi will be visiting you guys very soon. Hope to visit Zurich very soon. I will make that known to you so we can all sit down and hang out. Favor, watching from the United Kingdom. United Kingdom, you guys are enjoying Brexit now and discussing Brexit, but will never discuss what's it called? You know, the Brexit of the Nigerian various ethnic nationalities if they so wish. Okay, so let me go back to the conversation here. I just bring some comments on, you know, so that you guys can see that as well. They don't want real affected pollings because they are going to rig and that's yeah, that's what I think because it's going to be very much easier for them to do. Okoye Wilson is watching from Dubai. And Useni, mental Useni, because we have enough data. Enough, okay, yeah, because we have enough data. Okay, so Useni, where are you watching from? That would be good to know, actually, Useni. It would be nice to know where you watch from. When people say that people in diaspora have data, that's actually not entirely correct. The only difference is that people in the diaspora pay monthly, so they don't get data free. So the only thing is that they pay monthly. Okay, so how many people do I have watching? Over 50 people, and I can only see 14 likes. Maybe it doesn't make sense to talk about the Meki Hedioha because I'm not getting enough likes. Over 60 people and only 14 likes. Wow. I don't know if it's not a good topic, but I believe, like I said last night, it's something that I have a burden for. And, really, I urged everyone to pray. And yesterday, waking up today, hoping that the Supreme Court will deliver their judgment. And alas, the judgment did not come. Now, let's go back to the meat of the matter. The allocation of these votes increased the total number of accredited votes, again, as published by INEC themselves, from 9,400 and no, sorry 945,180, which is 121,000 above, or rather higher than the 823,000 released by INEC. What it means is this is also in addition um, to the fact that the result of the 388 polling units were apparently wrongly admitted that it was tendered by a policeman who is not an INEC official. If we begin to accept such results when police tender them, when elections were going on, people were busy in hotels cooking up results eventually tendered by a police, if we begin to accept such, then we should disband INEC. If what INEC does no longer have any value, then we should disband INEC and probably use the police as the people that have to conduct the election. But if we want to maintain sanity and if INEC has to maintain their independence in conducting elections, yes, then they have to, we must have to respect the outcome of what they have decided. Okay. So, what is the situation now? The actual situation now is that the Supreme Court has moved, said they would no longer give the verdict today. So they're going to bring out another date for that to happen. Good morning, Maz. Who is going good morning by this time? I'm almost getting close to going back to bed. Good morning, Mazi, and the rest of Igbo brothers and sisters. Greetings from Alberta, Canada. Well, Alberta, Canada, I bet you it is cold there, and we are suffering with heat here. So you can. And someone said, that's Frank Bain, said that the government is a joker. Okay. So that is an unbelievable thing happening. So let me get back to that. Then the law says only INEC, like I said before, only INEC officials who participate in the very elections in dispute are legally allowed to tender result sheet of polling units where they worked, where they worked. Now, a police officer, not multiple police officers, a police officer tenders a result of 388 polling units. How can you admit 388 polling units if by your own law says that one INEC official shall be responsible for one polling unit? Therefore, if at all there is any acceptance of those results, it should only be one. That means out of 180, 388, it should only be 387. But that is not the case. The law says, like I said, INEC officials who participated in that very election are the ones that would and are allowed to present the results. According to the sources that I mentioned before, the APC are very, very mindful of the controversy the flawed judgment had generated both within and outside Nigeria. And as a result, they devised a very subtle strategy to twist the Supreme Court justice to give them a soft landing, ordering a rerun of 388 polling units. And that's where you and I come in. I think it's time we change gear. This is something that they want to do, and if we allow this to happen, then Emeka has lost, and he has lost, he will never come back. Because if Emeka goes into contest with these 388 polling units, which they would want to use to hoodwink the international community to who international community that do not understand the nitty gritties of the workings of our electoral system would think that the election itself has been nullified and re-election done without knowing that it is only in those areas that they cooked up that they want to have this rerun. And if that happens, I can tell you for free of charge that Emeka will not come back. So the battleground is gradually shifting. The battleground is shifting. The battleground is shifting. We should not allow for a rerun in 388 polling units. It's either a total rerun or you revert to status quo. In that way, as I've said, the APC hope to avoid eminent sanction by the following, by United States, European Union, and other international community if the judgment are maintained, because now it is the integrity of Nigeria and it is the Nigerian state at stake. It's no longer about you and I. It's no longer about Mecca or not Mecca. You see, the isolation of Buhari's government might actually start from the judgment of Imo State. Remember how Goodluck Jonathan never survived the 2012 uh, uh, um, petrol increase protest in Ojota, if you guys remember. And that's actually self inflicted one because Jonathan had already convinced every Nigerian when you had Sanusi, Emir Sanusi, Dr. Konjiwala, even Oshomola, all were in Lagos in Channels TV. They explained to us what the palliative measures that they will put in place is going to kickstart April 2013. Sorry, April 2012. But suddenly, 1st January 2012, the gravest mistake was made, and Jonathan never recovered from that mistake. Became a stumbling block that, from one mistake to another until he was removed out of office. In Buhari's case, the international community has been looking at, the killings happening and its linkage to one ethnic cleansing and the attacks on Christians. Now, the one that might break the camel's back will be the election if they now think that elections are not fair in the way and manner it's being conducted. That could be the final link. And when the international community washes their hands of the president, good luck to him. That means the 3 years that he has to run is already come to an end very early. So, like I said to us, these, some based on the stuffs I have discussed so far. I read one report that said that some prominent lawyers are of the opinion that declaring a rerun will be worse injustice than the earlier judgment. Why? This, according to them, that is the reason that they give, is based on the several cogent reasons, which includes the fact that the Supreme Court had, in an earlier judgment, ruled that Honorable Uche Mosu was the authentic APC candidate in the March 9th, 2019 election. However, he was disqualified for double nomination since he was also nominated by the Action Alliance. Is it Action? Yes, Action Alliance as their candidate. The connotation and the implication of it will be of this judgment will be that the APC never fielded any candidate in that election. Actually, that will be the common sense implication of that. Therefore, on that basis, will the Supreme Court order a rerun when the respondent, Hope Uzodinma, was not a candidate in that election? Are we getting the point and the gist here? Because you can't build, I mean, you can't build on nothing. Because if a rerun is done, then this guy is equally off because he was never. The only person that can run on his behalf is the one that was a candidate. The connotation of that judgment is that APC never fielded any candidate, as I've said. However, there is also reliable information and sources that the APC are desperate to retain a state within the southeast, and that they will do this by any means necessary to pressure the Supreme Court to order a rerun at all costs. If the Supreme Court orders a rerun of the 388 polling units, then it's game over. However, if they do it the other way, what is presentable, then that's going to make sense. According to the source again, the accounts for the sorry, this accounts for the reason why Hope Uzodinma visited Muhammadu Buhari recently to request for a refund of 32 billion, which he claimed his predecessor and political ally, ex-governor Rochas Okorocha, expended on federal projects in the state. We spend we spend money for federal projects, whereas the the state project and local government project that we ought to do has not even been completed. But hey, Imo State has spent this money, and the argument is that that is the reason why he's gone to the president so that he can get that 32 billion that his predecessor, which is Rochas Okorocha, spent. The actual plan, the source disclosed, is that as soon as the Supreme Court orders a rerun, as soon as the Supreme Court orders a rerun, the federal government will release about 10 billion to Hope Uzodinma, which he will use to fund the campaign to stampede the PDP and retain control over the state. If he was able to stampede the PDP in 2019 February election to retain, and he was able to manipulate 388 polling units, then not in power, yes, he will do it again. At least with that, if they release that 10 billion to him, he will be able to stampede the PDP into submission. Okay? So, nonetheless, in all this, many political observers like myself have also advised the Supreme Court allowing the APC to further drag the noble judiciary into the pit of ignominy by giving another controversial judgment. Enough of this controversial judgment. We collectively actually opened, that's our opinion, that it is pertinent for the Supreme Court to consider the local and international tension which this judgment has occasioned. You can see many of you have watched the video where, on international scene, people have actually said one or two things regarding the way and manner those elections were perceived. You see, if I need to conclude and we need to go back and refer to late Justice Chukwudi Puta, that is Charlie Boy's father, in one of his remarks, where he said that the Supreme Court, though infallible, is still comprised of men who are fallible. As a result, they could be prone to mistakes. Uputa also conceded that it is the duty of the Supreme Court to correct such mistakes when and if identified in order not to legalize what is unlawful, quote unquote. If I go by this quote by the you know um, late Justice Chukwudi Puta, you will see and you believe with me that if the Supreme Court has erred, they did not. Let's assume that the facts was not laid bare to them as of the point that they made this judgment. Now we have the facts. The Supreme Court must spare us the pain and do the needful and do it at the appropriate time. And the appropriate time is like yesterday. So let me take some comments, then we'll call it a day. Let me hear what you think. Like the video if you like what I have been analyzing and discussing. So let me know what you think. I have give you guys some shout outs within a minute or two. Emeka Madu Abum. Madu Abum or Madu Abu Chukwu, I don't know. Um, I agree with you. I hope the best thing to do is cancel all the elections. Thank you. Well, one would hope so as well that the best thing to do is to cancel all the elections and call for a rerun. If a rerun is being, if they call for a rerun, I think that's going to be the best thing to do. And the Imo people would once and for all vote for a man that they have seen the direction he is going, a man that they've seen we now collectively own. Because if and whenever he gets his mandate back, Emeka Ihedioha becomes the property of all Igbos. Because if and when he comes back, we would have all collectively fought for his seat, and he has no option than to deliver to the Igbo nation, not only to Ndi Imo. He has become our collective property. So, Wedama is my first time to be on your live program. Thank you very much. The Kokwe Group, thank you. Asipo Nonye, always on point, Mazi. Thank you, Nonye Asipo. I think you are watching from, is it Uyo, right? Okay. So, thank you, Nonye. You are watching from, yeah. Sonny Ogazi, we didn't be say Europe want America. Please, let's not, sorry, but let's not reduce the Emeka issue into a clannish box. I know he's from Mbise, you know. Yes, because I said that, you might give me a thumbs down, but who cares? Now, because you've given me a thumbs down for what I've just about to say, I would want everyone watching me to please, if you do not agree with him, give me a thumbs up. So let's see who will win. Okay, he's withdrawn it. He's withdrawn it. Yeah, that is democracy in action. He's withdrawn it, but I still want you to give me a thumbs up. Just sorry, a like. Sorry, give me a like if because I can see he disliked it. I'm not being petty here, but what I'm saying is we should look at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is about the Igbo nation, not necessarily um, you know, your the Mbise village cannot make a governor, right? If in this fight to restore him, Mbise village cannot restore him. That's why I always speak about collectivism. You see, in collectivism, and the concept of collectivism will become like a broom. It becomes so almost an impossibility for you to get a broom and want to break it. But if we go down to our individual cocoons, it is easy, and we become so prone to, you know, dangers that we can easily be consumed. So, but I understand what you're saying, my brother. Uh, Mbise people are giving his solidarity as well. Yes, we take that on board. Okay. Um, yes, Sonia guys, I give you a like. Okay, but I thought you gave me, you disliked the video, and I said something. You went back and took it. Okay, thank you very much. I know you gave me a like. You're a top man. Sonia guys, where are you watching from? Remind me again. Remind me again where you're watching from. Wilson, Wilson Lee, we the Igbos Emeka back want Emeka back to office. Yes, of course we do. Is the court so-called court and Nigerian government? Um, oh, sorry, that's gone past me now. So, people, Clifford Richard, thank you for your analysis, but I think and suggest to all Imolites to come out en masse. I do not know. Coming out en masse is not something we will just do. There must be a direction of coming out en masse. Yeah, I hope you understand where I'm going. You know, we need to have a strategy in coming out en masse. We pray that Emeka will come back as the governor. As I said last night, a na-eji isi ahụ ama ụtọ nsị. I hope if I translate that, Google, YouTube will not ban me. Please, if you don't know what that means, write it down. A na-eji isi ahụ ama ụtọ nsị. Then look for someone who understands deep Igbo to translate that for you. If we look at the two governors now, can you welu na isi ahụ ha na-abọnyụ wee malụ ka nsị ha na-abọ ya anyụ ka ọ ya adị. Oh yeah. Wilson, I'm watching from Kuala Lumpur. Ooh, na wow, unu nwa bụ ndị nọ Kuala Lumpur na-ebute ike, ndị mbute ike na ndị nke odumeje. Hmm? Abi oduha eje. Thank you for this good update, and you're doing good. Thank you. Okay, and someone actually asked me before I came online about the Enugu International Airport, and I said, from the conversations I had with the staffs working at the Enugu International Airport on Friday last week, that's 3 days ago, the Enugu International Airport is going. My information says that the work, the pace of the work, and the speed of the work has picked momentum. It appears the pressure and the countdown that we're giving them is going to be. Hold on. What's the countdown? The countdown is 28 days. So 28 days from today, we will, hopefully see a brand new runway, but not terminal. Okay. So watching from Istanbul, it is time for me, people. Let's not make it too long, but we use a couple of minutes. Please explain in English. Nonye Asipo. Nonye, where are you? Nonye Asipo saying, please explain in English. Ịma na anyị nwabụkwanụ ndị ichie si na onye atụwala inu kọwala mara na ego eji nnu nne ya, ọ bụrụkwa mụnwa ya ekwuzi ife eji wee mee, but na ara atụ akwa n'inu kọwaa ikwesịrị ịma. Ngwana ọ bụrụ na o nwere ndị ghọta ife m na-ekwu, unu like kene vidiyo ka ịfụ ka ịma na o nwere ndị abụrọ ndị sọsọ ndị township na-awa ọchị ka ịma na o nwekwa ndị amụ amụ amụzu amụzu mụzu over na villages. Okay, I think we've analyzed that one. Tizzle Kate, Mazi on duty post. I want to say, okay, sorry, I can't repeat, but you have to go back to afterwards to rewatch the video from the beginning. What we said is that the Supreme Court has postponed it, so the details of all the analysis done so far, you can go back and rewatch. Yeah, watching from Tokyo. Hope Uzodinma. Prince Jonas, thank you very much. Oh, I think I'm getting a lot of love now. Chukwuegu blessing Mazi. Do you have Instagram page where I can download your program? Watching from Jakarta. I think you can also download it from YouTube here. It's the same. I think it is easier say, but I think normally in Ginger Media normally post them on their Facebook page. I think if you check in Ginger Media on Facebook, they do post them. I'm not too sure, but I can find out from them. But all I know is that they have a Facebook, a Twitter, and a Instagram page, and they do post it there. So my one is to come and have my slot and speak to the world using their platform. And once more, Ginger Media has also asked me today to ask many of you watching that have not subscribed to their channel to please help them. They said that their target is 100,000. To please help them get to target, help them get to 100,000. My own private channel, I'm even struggling to get up to 100,000. I'm not even gotten up to 100,000 on my own channel. So you guys can see that. I'm still a long way to go. And Ginger Media is heading to 100,000. I am Mazias okay, struggling with 100. 100 in get. Yeah? 100 in get about 10 times 10. Hey! Nah, yeah, na Tickle Kate, yeah, thank you. The Coke, we hope was the mice. Now, wow. Don't allow DSS to look for you. Not me. Why can't we donate? Donate for what, please? Donate for Mazi Ezoka or for what? Or for Ginger Media. Please, can you explain? Somebody gave me a thumbs down again. What is this people? Why are you people hating on me, Kwanono? Hmm? Somebody gave me a dislike. You know what? If someone gives me a dislike, I want everyone in there watching me to prove the person wrong. At least if someone gives me a dislike, I should see everyone hitting the like button to say we are not part of the haters. Master, thank you for a good job you've been doing. Thank you, everyone. You see, I am because I am because you are. Without you, I am nothing. That's why we are collective. Sonny Ogazi, God is with them. Meki Ihedioha, yes, I agree. God is with him. Yes, thank you all for giving me that like because now the two people that have given me dislikes are going to be, oh, third person. Jesus Christ. Okay, I will stop now. Mazes, okay, what's the name of your channel, please? It's just Mazes, okay. That's my personal channel. It's Mazes, okay. It's Mazes, okay. Oh, maybe it's an error. Oh, Oseni, is that you? The same Oseni that tried the rigging election. Oseni, you still owe us one keg of Udi up wine. Bonjour, Mazes, okay. Thanks for your good job. I'm watching from Paris. Comment ça va? Yeah, comment ça va? Prince Jones, but we can't even see the likes. Of course, you can't see them. You can see them from, where you do this, where you do on your top button where you type, you can see the likes and the dislikes. Yeah, but I'm just seeing it here because if somebody dislikes the video, of course I know, and I'm just asking myself, is that person being just being sadistic, or is that person just not liking, or maybe the person hates Emo State, or the person hates Ndigo, or the person hates Hopus, or the Emeke Ihedioha. So that's why I kind of, it worries me when people do that. Because all these things, we are who we are, and there is no apology for being that person that you are. Okay? That's the person we are. We are indeed, and we have no apology, you know, and that's why we are different. So hopefully within I will do a special session where I will share a video with us. I watched that video yesterday, and that video was about the spirit of Ibones and how they were able to survive the Biafran War. I think in that video interview was Cyril Ekwensi, the prolific writer. He started selling bottles, water cans, and the British reporter asked him, "You were once the director of information in Biafra and once director of information in Nigeria. Suddenly you're on the street selling petty things." And he said, "Is that indefeatable spirit of eagerness is what kept him, not what written on paper he was referred as." I felt so proud. If that's what people dislike, sorry, I can't help you. Okay? Mazi, have a nice sleep. I'm watching from Austria. Ah, Oga, it's only after 4 now, and you're telling me I should have a nice sleep. Are you telling me to go to sleep ahead of time? Come on now. Hmm? We are not seeing the thumbs down. Okay, but I'm seeing it. Mentor said he's not seeing the thumbs down, but I'm seeing it. So if you're not seeing it, I'm seeing it. Christopher Osua, the aeroplane driver, and Christopher, uh, don't allow DSS to know you to ask for your address. Hmm? The aeroplane driver. See, the problem is that we have aeroplane driver and we have corruption virus creator. Because now we have aeroplane driver, we have corruption virus. Don't ask me who they are. If you are enough in the social media, you know who I'm talking about. And the challenge we have, we don't even have an airport where the aeroplane driver can park the aeroplane. Mm. So, and that's why we are in a mess. Um, Bartholomew, Neto, you want to discuss business with me? Hmm. Oh, wow. Okwu abakwa na business. Okay. I'm all ears. I'm always ears. If you want to reach me, you can always reach me at maziezoke@gmail.com. One word. MAAZIEZEOKE @gmail.com. I don't know if I can write, but if okay, let me see if I can put up my email address. You can always reach me. Mazi, sorry, let me see if I can write it. Or you follow me on my Twitter handle, the same thing, Mazi Mazi is okay. Mazi is okay. What's gmail.com. So one thing I wanted to ask, everyone from the beginning is if it is possible for us to open up the telephone lines, but the telephone lines, if we do, would only be for phone-ins, WhatsApp calls. It's not going to be used for anything. It doesn't work on normal line. If you call the normal line, you're not going to get anywhere. You have to exercise patience and only call and use it for WhatsApp messages. So if it's something that will be palatable in order to make our conversations very, very interactive, where we will make out maybe an hour, 2 hours to interact with one another, discuss wide range of issues that mainstream media probably would want to censor, that they don't want to talk about, no one wants to go into them, and that's why I believe this channel is different, because this channel, once I come online, your questions, your contributions are taken, shown on the screen, and also we talk about it because we need to liberalize this space. And that liberalization is what we are doing. We need to start talking openly. You know, time has come when we only have to wait for the conventional medias to let us know what is happening. The information now, it's in our pouch. We can make use of it, but make use of it in a better and effective way to guide and to help us develop for information dissemination, not to use it to um, disseminate and spread fake news that can hurt all of us. These days, you know, I'm not digressing from America, but these days we have a lot of information. Suddenly, someone makes an audio because everyone has China phone. Oh, yes, I'm this person. I have an information I want to tell us. I was sitting with this army. The army said they're going to come to this state and they will kill everybody. It's going to happen tomorrow. Tosawadiozi, tell this person, please, please. Like Osadebe said in one of his songs, there was a king. Every time the king will go and say, "Oh, the lion is coming, the lion is coming," and the villagers will come out and they will see no lion. Next day, he does the same. They will all come out with their guns, ammunition, machete, whatever, spares, and there will be no lion. One day, the lion actually came. He shouted, raised his voice, screamed on top of his voice. No one came out. Why? Because he has misused that tool of information dissemination. That everyone thought, yeah, he keeps saying lion will come and lion will come. It doesn't come. And the lion came, devoured. So we live in a very precarious time. One thing I will advise us is, especially on WhatsApp, please, and on Facebook, if you cannot authenticate an information, do not share. Let us share informations that we can authenticate. We must be different. If for anything, by watching this channel, you know that I do not engage in propaganda. Many of you have actually, contacted me to do this, do. I said no. I deal with facts. we have more facts to fight the establishment. Why lie? Why? Years ago, I went to the second Niger. I was the person that blew the lid off that the second Niger bridge. Google it. I called it. I titled that video, "The Phantom Project Called Second Niger Bridge." Uploaded on YouTube. I think August, September 2018, because there was a lie. The project wasn't there, but now the project is there. There are so many things where we can stick to. Let us not create problems for ourselves. We must be different. We must be different. So what I'm trying to say is a part of the things we will do eventually would get telephone line, we'll open telephone lines. I'll find out the time that I'll be able to do it. I will announce it. The telephone line probably will be on the screen for you to call. So we'll call, we'll have conversation. Yes, many of you are writing. We can read your comments, and we want to go beyond that and also, hear your voice. I have to go now. Thank you very much, Oseni. You've been a wonderful, you know, a friend, I would say, because in as much as we crack joke, but life is too short to be too serious. Okay, so we will be looking at the event as they unfold. I made a video last night. That's very unlike me. I made a video last night, very late last night. Some people joined me. This afternoon, I'm doing another video just because of what is happening in Imo. Two videos within the last 24 hours just because of Imo, and both live videos, both run into like an hour, just like this one now. It's almost an hour. Okay, so what is going to happen is we will be watching and see where this case and how this case is developing. Sorry, Mazi, I'm just joining, watching from the UK. Okay, I think when the video rolls up, so you can probably start from the beginning and you understand what has happened so far. So, people, I need to go now. I need to call it a day. Thank you very much for joining me. We will continue to pray, and let's not lose hope that Emeki Ihedioha will get a favorable outcome from the Supreme Court. Be that as it may, the summary remains that there is a plan, there is a plot for the Supreme Court to cancel 388 polling units. And if that happens, it's going to favor Hope Uzodinma. Rather, we will be looking forward to two things. Either the judgment is reversed, we return to status quo, or the whole election will be cancelled. That, I think, will be the fairest and the best thing to do. Once more, Mazia Zoka. I'm signing off. We will remain blessed. Bye.